everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to do one of my real talks. Now, every so often, y'all, I want to do a video about what's going on in the world. And as you know, when I do these real talks, they are pretty long. And today, I think this one is going to be even longer than normal. The reason why I wanted to do this particular real talk is because there is so much stuff going on in the world. Just these past couple weeks, we have witnessed hurricanes throughout our country. And when they talk about these hurricanes, they say that these are the worst hurricanes ever recorded. And when you keep hearing that over and over and over again, it makes you worry. And especially with these hurricanes that, just rip through our country, they're back-to-back hurricanes. And as you sit and watch the news and see the devastation and those poor people down in those areas that were hit so hard by these hurricanes, as a person in another part of the country, that has never been affected by this type of stuff, your heart goes out to these people. When I was watching the news and, just watching people's homes literally just swept away by water, just simply water, y'all. And then watch those people, being trapped and not being able to get out, or wading through water, trying to get to, higher ground, trying to get to safety, trying to get to areas where they can be picked up from. Or you're watching the news and you see those helicopters going in to get those people. Y'all, it just breaks your heart. I was watching people in those centers that they set up for them to go to, during the hurricane, to be safe. And I couldn't imagine, losing everything. This is not like a situation where, there's a major catastrophe and once it's over, you can go back to your home. These people's homes are completely gone. Everything, that they know is gone. Grocery stores, their jobs, their cities are devastated. You have no form of reference, for this type of devastation. It's horrific, y'all. And as you watch it, you start to wonder, what exactly is happening. It's almost like the earth is raging, and one catastrophe after another. And it makes you think about what our grandparents and older folks used to say, we're living in our last days. Now, when I was younger and I used to hear that, I used to be thinking, oh Lord, here they go with that. But as I get older and see the things that are happening around the world, it makes me say the same things. Are we living in our last days? Now, I know people that study the Bible, they will tell you the hour of the, coming of Jesus, we will never know. As humans, it is not our job to speculate on, the moment that Jesus will return to earth. Now, y'all, I am not like one of those people that can quote Bible scriptures and, open up the Bible and go to, certain things. I'm not one of those people. I am a person that believes in God. I'm a person that believes that Jesus died on the cross for our sins. I believe all that. I am a spiritual person. Um, and I'm worried about this earth that we live on, y'all. It's just so much that's going on. I think about, those countries where people don't have food and they're refugees trying to get away from war and, turmoil where they live, and they're trying to find a safe haven for their families. And it just upsets me with what we're doing to ourselves as humans. We're fighting each other. We're not loving on one another. And I feel that we are taking part in our own destruction. You know, when you look around this world and you see everything that's going on, we have politicians that are out here playing with war. You know, they are sending jabs back and forth and, testing rockets and nuclear weapons and all of that kind of stuff, y'all. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, do they know that this is the only earth that we have? This is the only place that so far we have found is inhabitable for humans. So if we destroy this one place that we have, what will become of us? You know, I watched, this Kim Jong Un, him, shooting off these rockets and nuclear weapons, and I'm like, what in the hell is he thinking? Then I watched our so-called president taunting him, calling him Rocket Man, and all of this kind of craziness, y'all. You know, people in other countries, what's funny to us is not funny to them. They take this shit serious. And they don't feel necessarily that America is their friend. You know, they feel that who is America to tell them that they can't have weapons to protect themselves? Now, of course, their leaders might be crazy, but they don't feel that America is in any position to tell anyone else what they can and cannot have. And when I watch this, I say to myself, are we going to taunt each other back and forth until we are at war with one of these countries? And with the president that we have now, y'all, he is alienating much of the world against America. And whether Americans believe it or not, we cannot go it alone in a war. We need our allies, y'all. We cannot alienate the rest of the world to the point where if we are in a conflict, no one wants to come and help us. You know, you could have these countries that basically hate America band together to fight us. Now, of course, we hold ourselves up as the greatest civilization with the greatest military power. But at some point, y'all, we have to realize that there were other great civilizations and they no longer exist. We could run the potential of basically destroying ourselves by alienating ourselves from the rest of the world, which it seems to me that's what this current so-called president is doing. And when you allow that to happen, when you are putting yourself on an island by yourself, that could be very dangerous for America. And I don't know why people are not, you know, taking more of an interest in what's going on and possibly stopping this so-called president from doing what he's doing. It's like we're just sitting back being complacent. Yes, we complain. Yes, we say he's crazy, but we need to do something about it because this man is going to get us in a conflict that there may not be any coming back from. And thousands upon thousands of people could be killed, y'all. This shit is serious. When you watch the news and you see what's going on around the world and all the conflicts that America is in, we're at a crucial point in our history. And I started off this video by saying that it seems that this world is in crisis, that we're in trouble. And I worry about us as a civilization. I worry about this earth that we live on, this earth that God gave us. You know, I said that I wasn't, a Bible thumper or anything like that, but I care about this earth that we live on. When you look at this picture, you realize that the earth, it's a small planet. It's all that we have, and we need to take care of it, y'all. Not only, from destroying ourselves, but, we have an administration that doesn't believe in global warming, yet we have all these major catastrophes going on. I just wonder sometimes, what God thinks of us, what he sees when he looks down at this earth that he created. Is he happy with us? Is he upset with us? Does he feel like we're wasting what he has blessed us with? Things like that make me worry, y'all. And I don't want to be one of those people that feel like there's no hope. But when I look around at the world that we're living in, I'm starting to, every time I turn on the news and something else has happened, or there's some major crisis in the world, I'm starting to feel almost hopeless. The only thing that I can hold on to is my belief in God and my belief in, living a good life. So if whatever happens, that God knows that I am one of those people that truly believe in him and believe that he sent his son to this earth, for our sins. Y'all, I don't know. I think about, you know, my children, my grandchildren that I'm going to have one day, because I don't have grandchildren now, and what the world will be like for them. And it worries me. I guess in this video you could tell that I have been thinking about this and my mind is just in a whirl. I look at all these places in the world that have conflict and that there's crazy mess going on. And I'm wondering, what are we doing to ourselves? Because, the last time that the world was destroyed, God destroyed it by water. He said that he would never do that again. So if what's going to happen happens, is it something that we're going to do to ourselves? That's what I'm worried about. Because we have the potential to destroy ourselves. Man's inhumanity towards his fellow man, that could be our own destruction. And that worries me. I don't know, what the future holds for us, but I think that we need to pay attention and be proactive when it comes to all of this stuff that's going on. Not just sit back and allow our so-called leaders to destroy us, We can't allow that. I am a person that loves history. I've always been like that since I was a little girl. I have studied all of the great major civilizations and how they came to their end. And what I realize is America, while it is a great civilization, we have not been the only ones. There was the Roman Empire, there were the Greeks, and so many others, that once walked this earth, once were, touted as the greatest empires, They created so much stuff that we are still finding to this day. There are great temples across this world that we have dug up and that we have seen artifacts from civilizations that came before us. One day, that could be us if we destroy ourselves. Some other civilization will come along and be digging up stuff from America and saying America was once this great empire. We ruled the world. We dictated to the world how the world would be. And now we no longer exist. That is the potential that we have of destroying ourselves. And that worries me. I think about this administration that we have now, Donald Trump's administration, and the craziness that's going on within this administration. I think about our other leaders and how they are allowing this to happen, how they're almost co-signing everything that he does because they are more about party than country. They are sitting back watching him taunt this psycho Kim Jong-un and not reining him in, which could possibly, potentially lead America into war. And what bothers me about that is my grandfather used to say, old men start wars and it's young men that fight wars. Donald Trump's children are not going to fight. None of those congressmen that I know, sons or daughters, will be on the front lines fighting. It will be our sons and daughters doing the fighting, protecting this country. And that angers me because Donald Trump is a draft dodging asshole. He dodged the draft 5 times when he was younger. He should have been fighting in the Vietnam War. He is my mother's age, and the war that was going on during their young life was the Vietnam War. Donald Trump dodged that, said he had bad feet and never fought. Yet he's running his mouth, taunting a known psycho over in North Korea by the name of Kim Jong-un. Why would you do that? Why don't you try diplomacy, negotiation, sitting down talking to someone instead of sitting in the White House acting like you're some type of, military great mind. This man is a fucking idiot. I don't care what anyone says, and anyone who watches this video and who is offended by what I said, too bad. This man that we have in the White House, when you sit daily and watch all that has transpired in the last 8 months, because y'all, let's face it, he's only been in office 8 months. And the conflict that's going on within his administration, he's firing people left and right, just all of the shit with Russia and all of that. Is this what we want? Is this who we are? As a black person in America, I look around at all the uprise of racial tension. It's all stemming from who we have in the White House, y'all. This is not by accident. What he's doing is because he's doing it because he's a racist, bigoted idiot, and he's, to me, ignorant. I watch him give speeches every once in a while, and I stand there and say to myself, how did we allow this man to be our leader? What the hell are these people that follow him thinking? What the hell are those congressmen and senators doing? At what point do we say enough is enough? He is endangering the safety of the people of America. That's what I feel, y'all. Now, I don't know, like I said, what the future holds. I'm just disgusted by the state that we find ourselves in. I watched him go down to where, all that devastation happened after those hurricanes, and how he just breathed in and breathed out. He knows nothing about pain and suffering because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He's never had to struggle for anything. His family was rich and they gave him money, left him money, and that's all he knows. He doesn't know the walk of the everyday person, even though he pretends to, and people believe that he does. This man is going to get us fucked up if we do not rein him in. And you mark my words, with what's going on with his administration, all these investigations in Russia and all of this shit, we are in trouble. Like I said earlier in the video, America is at a crucial point, in our history. And we need to wake up and pay attention. I don't know what we can do as, individual Americans, but I think if we band together and we say enough is enough, we're not going to stand here and watch while you destroy us. You're not only destroying our credibility in the world, you're destroying us as a people. Look at all the shit that is going on within this country. I was talking to my mother the other day, and she said she had watched something on television that said that when this man leaves office, if we make it through and we get another president, it's going to take years for them to repair the damage that he's done to this country and what he's left in his wake when he leaves office. All this racial tension that's going on. I believe that some things were bubbling under the surface, but because of who we have in the White House, that shit has bubbled over. You got white people that have fucking lost their minds. Calling people the N-word openly, hanging nooses and putting bananas and, um, destroying people's properties by writing racial epithets on it, all kinds of shit. Destroying synagogues and just everything. It's going to take us years to recover from this. If we recover, due to the fact that this man might destroy us, get us in war, and someone fuck us up. We are not indestructible. But this man that we have in the White House is going it as though we are, his military. I heard him one time refer to our military as his military. This military belongs to the people of the United States. I have friends' children I have people that I know that are in the military, and I do not want them sent to war on some bullshit. I don't. I don't want to see coffins coming home draped in American flags on some shit that he started. I don't want that. I don't want us in a conflict with another country. We have enough shit going on within our own country to where we need to stop this, y'all. We need to stop it. We are going to be the cause of our own destruction. We got to get it together. You know, everything that this man puts his hands on is being destroyed. You know, the people that he put in positions in his administration, their job was the deconstruction of our state. You know, just think of that word, deconstruction. Some of the people that he put in certain positions, they're not even qualified for those positions, or they've had turmoil and shit against the government, and they're there to just basically destroy us within. If we are weakened from within, how can we fight an enemy outside of America when we're not united as a people? You know, he's deporting people and, on television, dividing us as a country. What is going on, y'all? I have never, in my 52 years of being aware of what's going on in the world, seen so much stuff going on. I talked to my mother, my grandmother, and of course, they've lived through turbulent times, but they're even scared. And when you see older folks afraid, and speaking of, us living in our last days and, the turmoil in the world, it makes you sit up and take notice, y'all. And that's what I've been doing. I've been listening, watching, worrying. And I wanted to do this video because of that. And with that, y'all, I want to know your thoughts on this. Have you been paying attention to what's going on? And what exactly do you think? Put it down in the comments. As always, I appreciate you watching my video. I want all of you to stay safe because there's so much going on out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching again, and you guys take care.